What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Unboxing. This is your host, Mustafa.
Here's Jose.
Let's go. Today we got the gang. We got Jrue Louis King. We got Coach Daniel. We got Murodjon. We got Shahbaz over there. And we got Jose Jacinto. Welcome to this episode. Let's go. I'm very happy to have everyone here. It's really rare for us to be here, and I would love to talk about the journey that Coach and Jrue have been on in leading the way to fights for everyone, because I do see everyone getting inspired by Jrue's journey, including myself. Like every time I watch him fight in the pro fight, and especially when he knocks people out, man, it's so electric. And it's incredible, and it shows the work that he puts in outside the gym and inside the gym together. Coach, you've produced world champions before, haven't you?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Okay, and that's not your first rodeo, obviously. But walk us through the journey, because I know it's not an easy journey, and it takes a lot of dedication and hard work. And
Yeah, well, boxing, it's a privilege. Not everybody can do boxing, not because you can't do it, it's just because it's not available everywhere. So most of the times you have to go and, go to a probably a more depressed area, or step into a gym that claims that they're boxing, but they're not real boxing. So, it's boxing is for everyone, but it's not for everyone. So what I mean is everybody can do it, everybody can get the benefits out of it. Now, to get into a competitive boxing path, it takes a lot more than just going to the gym. It takes a lot of dedication and
Sacrifice.
that's what, and sacrifice. Yeah,
A lot of sacrifice.
from everybody. But it's funny when people think, oh, boxing is an individual sport. Yes, it's an individual sport, but it's also a team sport, because you need a team to support you. You need people to work with. You need to do sparring. You need to people push you around and stuff like that. And basically, so you can keep moving up, to a higher level. And basically, you're as good as you want to be based on how hard you're willing to work and how much you're willing to sacrifice. That means you gotta be healthy. You gotta be, stay away from a lot of things: party, drugs, alcohol. I mean, even women. So it takes a lot of sacrifice, and do your raw work, because you can do so much in the gym, but then there's all the things that you have to do on your own. Diet. The people say your first opponent is the scale, and yeah, it is. A lot of people have a hard time making weight. So all these things combine, and you have to have good coaching and very good environment around you. But at the end of the day, you set your goals for yourself, and if you have a good team, that makes the path a little bit easier.
yes, absolutely. I love what you said. And speaking to that, speaking to the pro aspect, how different is the journey in the pro world in boxing and amateur?
Uh, it's different because to fight amateur, you only fight 3 rounds
Yes.
to begin with. But not only that, I mean, it's not saying that it's easy.
Yes.
Because it can be very competitive. Especially there is a lot of kids that start very young age. Like at 8 years old, you can start fighting, and we have Shahbaz here starting like that. But the gentlemen around me, they started late and later. I mean, not late, later. But now they have the maturity that a lot of young people don't have. So once you set up that's what you really want to do, and want to be, then you can focus, and you're more mature. You work harder, you work smarter, and you listen, you learn, because you have something to learn all the time, even from the good fighters, from the bad fighters, from everybody. You learn what to do, what not to do, what work, what doesn't work. So it's a very different thing. Also, after COVID, the pro game changed a lot, and I'm not gonna get into much detail, but basically, it became a lot harder for fighters to actually get fights unless you sign up by a good, reputable promoter. They can make it very, very difficult, because a lot of times they charge you as a fighter, they charge you a slot fee, and then if you want to be an A side or a B side, and a lot of times you end up paying, I don't know, $1,500 to $2,500 just to get into a fight.
So it's basically paying an agent.
It's basically, yeah, let's not go into too much detail, but basically you paying, and then so you have to travel, you have to pay for flights, you have to pay for hotels, meals, all that stuff, and that doesn't take in account all your preparation, the equipment. The equipment is expensive, nutrition, vitamins, all that stuff. It starts adding up. So
It is.
you end up spending about $5,000 for a fight, and that's if you wanna be in, you know, making your career. So it's different. With the amateurs, you have a lot of shows that you can go. I mean, it's amateurs is, I would call it the training grounds, And I mean, I'm not really worried. I like winning. I love winning, but the records don't mean too much in the amateurs because a lot of times you are a victim of a local bad judgments and stuff like that. So it happens, it is what it is. As long as you did a good, you put on a good show and you feel inside yourself that you did enough to win the fight. That's all that matters. At the end of the day, you have to be prepared for every fight, at every given point of time. If not, if you just prepare for a fight, that's a problem.
Do you feel like amateur is preparing you for the pro
Definitely,
pro
yes.
journey? Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I mean, first of all, there's a lot of states that have different rules, but if you don't have amateur fights, you cannot turn pro. So
Yeah.
you have to. And the thing is, how do you know if you're gonna be a good pro if you don't have an amateur fight? You don't even know what sparring is. One thing, it's completely different than being in a fight. You can be the
a lot
best.
of experience you have to get.
Oh yeah.
And it feels different fighting in like
Completely
real
different.
fight, even if it's amateur, than fighting in just like in the ring.
Oh yeah.
Everything is different.
And you're sparring with like 16-ounce gloves, and then you're fighting with 10 or 12 ounce, depends on your weight class. So
Yeah.
and then when the pros, depends on your weight class, you can go down to even 8-ounce gloves. So it's different. The wrapping is different.
Yeah.
No headgear. So there's a lot of differences. But at the end of the day, yes, the experience that you get, that's very valuable for you for the future.
And like we are blessed because all that complex stuff that he said, he deals with that. So
Yes.
he deals with all the complex things. For us, it's more like broad in general. It just reflects life. At the lower level, there's problems and stress, but as your levels go up in life, there's just more problems, more things pop up. So the pro is just a higher level, essentially. And there's nuance to it because sometimes the right people behind you, like coach, they can set up things so it's a little better for you early on, or there's different things. But at the end of the day, the level is climbing, and it means that more comes with it. So it's more mental stress, it's more physical stress because you have to be ready for more rounds. It takes more discipline and more sacrifice, and it's the same way. It's all the same. How you do anything is how you do everything. How you do everything, it's all the same. It's essentially just like it's just more pressure. It's more on the line.
Yes.
You don't get any redos. In an amateur, you learn and you erase all of your mistakes. In the pro, there's no more room for mistakes.
Yes.
Every little second matters, and you get lethargic for 1 second, and boom, everything could change.
Yes.
Like how I got caught a punch in my last fight that affected me a little bit. I stayed calm, got right back up. It was fine. But it's like if you look away for this much,
Yeah.
your whole career can change, your whole life can change, your
That was-
health can change.
That was that moment you were talking about. That was unbelievably impressive, man. That got the entire room stand up and scream. You got everyone on their feet, and I saw after the fight too. You have the support of the entire city, and like I see it. I see the love, and I see the support, and I see because I think that they see themselves through you, and then you're putting all the work and you're putting everything, and even when you got that shot. I looked at you and I knew you were calm because like I also like know you outside of just boxing, and I know how you are. I know how your mindset is, and I see how calm you are. And you're an example, in my opinion, you're an example for a lot of the fighters that are trying to get at that level.
Of course.
Even Jose and I were talking about this at the fight.
Even myself, before like getting to any like sparring, any like fight, before fighting in amateurs, I look up to him. Like I watch his Instagram, seeing him like how he knocks people out, and like like I want to be like him. I want to knock people out. Like I want to fight like him. And that's like how he motivates me, like to be like improve my leveling.
Well, it's a big responsibility. Even though a lot of people say, no, no, I don't want to be a role model. It doesn't matter. You still are.
Yes.
And people look up to you, and that's the nice thing is, that we started here in a small suburb where, people don't think, oh, there's no fighters here. Well, there's a lot of fighters now, and this is the place where people come and train.
That's true.
And this is something too. On the outside, I think I told you this. I think I told somebody this. I said it was like a week before the fight, and I was eating so perfect. I was so disciplined. I was going to bed at whatever time. I was training so hard and doing everything perfect. I was doing everything right, and I was doing nothing wrong. And I said the pressure was building up as the days went on because it was coming. It was getting closer, and everybody came. Like the whole place was there for us. And I said, you know what's so crazy is everybody can come in, they can get drinks, they can relax, they can eat whatever they want. They can all get together and make this the funnest night of their life. And I said, the only way that this night is going to be exceptional for everybody is if I go in there and knock them out. For that to happen, I said, I have to sacrifice everything. Everything. Like that night, I think I told you, I said, like tonight, I will train all day. I will eat this perfect, healthy food. I'll drink this water, even though I wish I could drink this or eat that. I will do all the right things. I'll sacrifice it all just so, nobody knows, but a week out, the sacrifices I'm making right now will affect that night.
Yes.
And everybody will have a great night that night, and the whole week was probably great for them.
Yes.
But only because I sacrificed everything will it be great. So there's all this pressure on the person who actually has to go in there, and nobody else really knows that.
Yes.
And I mean, coach talk about this all the time. Like, if you want to be the best, if you want to just like, I tell Thomas this too, if you want to go in there and not just win, actually knock them out, actually do something that's like crazy to where nobody forgets it, you have to give up everything. Like like, I used to think when I first started, when you do this lifestyle, all of a sudden everything comes with it. Like people want the girls and the money and cars, houses, all these things that they think are so cool. And they don't realize to actually get to that level, you have to separate yourself from everything.
Yes.
Everything outside of yourself, everything material, everything that seems so exciting early on that you thought would make you feel better. You essentially learn to give up everything. You have to sacrifice everything, even like family time. We talk about this. There's not even a lot of time to see family, people you love and care about. And they have to know if you want to be great, if you want to get knockouts, if you want to be the best, if you want to be that guy, you have to give up everything. Everything. And you're only that guy. You're only the guy that gets the knockout. You're only the guy that makes the difference. You're only the role model if you give up everything. Even like for like your family and stuff, they look up to you. They lean on you. You're Superman for them only because you maintain that discipline and that sacrifice. As soon as you start stopping, you can't maintain that level you want to be at. So you have to give up everything.
Yes.
People think that like this life will be fun and sweet and whatever. And people like me that are obsessed with it, we find joy in it.
Because they see the outcome.
I love it.
Yes.
But they don't realize that it's not easy, that it's not all fun and games. It's not nice. You're human like everybody else. When you feel the emotions and the temptations and the things that try to pull you away from the path, well, everybody else is allowed to enjoy it because they're just living their life and they're making the best of it. You have to say no to all this.
Yes.
You have to give up everything. Like right now, where what was my last Instagram caption? It was from a song, but he was like something about the way my scars are or something. You think all this pain was amazing.
Yeah.
People don't realize this. Like we're making this look nice. Like when I come to the gym, for example, and let's say I look like real in shape and everything looks good, and now I'm strong now, and now I hit hard, and now all these things. People don't realize. Not 5-6 years ago when I came to train with Coach, I didn't tell anybody because I had too much pride, but I had nowhere to stay. I had no money. I had no car. I had like no family. I would walk over 40 miles every day. That's why his first world champion called me the Walking Dead in Spanish. That's what he called me.
Really?
Because I would walk over 40 miles a day. I would walk to boxing, go as hard as I could for 2 hours straight, outwork everybody.
Walk back.
And then I would know I have at least 10 more miles to walk here. And then I walk to the gym, then I train for more hours. And then I had another 5 miles to walk the other direction. And like essentially my life was extremely hard. I was super skinny. I didn't have proper food, nutrition. I didn't have resources. I didn't have people looking out for me. I didn't have anything. it wasn't attractive then. I was like 150 pounds, skinny. I had, I wore the same training outfit every day. You remember that basketball jersey, but it wasn't attractive then. But we overcame so much and did so much work and so much sacrifice that now it looks attractive. Now we go into fights and now everybody's so motivated by it. And I love that. But people don't understand how much went into this.
Yeah, and just so you guys understand, it's not I mean, the sacrifice doesn't stop.
No.
Once you're done with the fight, now you're up to the next one.
It gets harder.
So it gets harder.
It gets harder.
You know? And I'm telling you, sacrifice. I mean, I'm not talking since the amateurs. I mean, people's going out partying for New Year. New Year Eve, we're fighting all the way in Louisville, Kentucky, and we have to get out of a really dangerous area. There was a shooting.
Yeah, we were driving. We were driving with our head down.
Yeah,
we were driving through these projects. We drive this way, and there was literally a shooting. So we were like ducking, and we drive this way, and then they're shooting over here.
Yeah,
and everybody else was like partying with their family, having a good time.
That's
we were like
crazy.
We were trying to survive, but that was also that same night I got a knockout. And speaking of the levels, people sometimes if they start having success in the novice, the first 10 fights, they think it's sweet. They
gets
think,
to their head.
What I'm doing is enough. But as soon as you hit open and you're over 10 fights, the level, it jumps even higher. And now it's one thing to just win in the novice. Anybody can do that a lot of time because you're fighting people that are brand new also.
Yeah.
Once you pass 10 fights, you fight anybody.
Yeah.
And it's like you're thrown into the jungle and it's like survive.
Yeah, we went to our first nationals. He only had 10 fights and he's fighting guys
People
with
that have
80,
like
90 fights, and we're still winning. And the thing is, like, it's same thing. Once we went to the pros, like literally we started in October. We started on my birthday. On my birthday we were fighting in Mexico. So and it's been like that all the time. And actually I mean sacrifice is for both of us because I wouldn't do it if I don't see that he has that commitment, that hunger, that he's in there. Because for me, I gotta sacrifice to a lot of things, that I can
your
do,
time,
vacation, time, all that stuff, and that's why we have a good support because when I'm not there, I have to make sure that everything's taken care of the gym. But all those things are important. But again, it doesn't matter to me. I will do it as long as I see you guys are putting your part on the effort. But that's why sometimes I get mad. And I mean, even he's like the most successful fighter I have right now, and I yell at him, and I'm like, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. We need to work on this because you never stop learning. You can always get better, and there's always gonna be people that is good at certain things that we need to be able to overcome, and that doesn't happen just by chance. That talent takes you to the door. Once you're inside, it's hard work, but it's gonna take you there.
And you can't get comfortable because there's endless levels that literally never stop, and like. Yeah, it doesn't stop. Like you can never think that you are like ready because life, it's like it will always show you there's more work to do.
And there's levels in boxing. There's levels. There's bad boxers, average boxers, good boxers, very good boxers, and then there's the elite. And all these people have the same mindset. That's why they're there.
Yes.
They're willing to sacrifice. They're doing the work. And there's people that have a lot of natural gifts, skills and stuff like that. You gotta compete with that. How you do that? By working out every day and sacrificing.
Sacrifice. It's
but it's fun.
It is. It's the best. And speaking of sacrifice, the 2 weeks prior to your fight, you go into almost like a monk mode. And then your food changes. You start cutting out a lot of things, and you were just talking about this. And I wanted to ask you, like, what's your diet like? And like I know some of it, but I would love to, like, for a lot of people to hear and see like what it takes.
Well, okay. What I do is I treat myself like a machine.
Yeah.
I don't because how you do anything is how you do everything. So I don't just pick and choose, a fight's coming up, now I'll live like this. I live to maximum capacity every day. So I eat the same things every single day. Depending if the fight's coming up or not, I'm varying the amount that I eat. So for example, if I'm like a month or two out of a fight, like for the pro fight, let's say I have 6 weeks. For the next like 2-3 weeks, I will eat much bigger loads because I'm trying to build muscle. trying to add a little bit of size. So maybe I'll eat the same healthy things, but I'll eat more. As the fight gets up, I know my body so well from doing this so much. I'm just on autopilot. I say this, like I don't like feel, like I just operate. And the system I'm operating from, it generates a result. So if I want to go in the ring and knock anybody out, if I want to go in the ring and have endless cardio, it doesn't matter how I feel every day. It doesn't matter what I want to eat. I have a system and I operate and I do it no matter what. So every day I eat the same fruits, vegetables, chicken, rice, the same things every day. I drink the same water with the same electrolytes in it, with the same creatine and essential amino acids in it. I do the same thing every day, day in, day out. And it's just how I live, because everything they at first you think you want that you think will make you happy,
Yes.
as you grow and as you start like
Enjoying the journey.
seeing everything clear, though, you
Yes.
realize that like it's just for the bigger picture,
Yes.
for who I want to be.
Yeah.
I realize that it comes down to the smallest things, and because of this, like I just like I don't know. I literally give up everything out. What I do is I have my mission for who I want to be, like who I want to be, how I want to live,
Mm-hmm.
and I just master that because that's all that I have. So with my diet, with my sleeping, with my training, these things, I know that this is all that I am, and yeah, and I'm gonna master
Every detail
Yeah.
matters.
every detail.
That's
Every
what I
everything.
keep telling you guys when I go to the gym and I'm like, this, you guys need to do this, you need to do that. You know, like I say, I believe everybody the first time they say something. After that, I believe what I see, what
Yes.
they do. If I see that somebody is telling me that they're doing this, they're doing that, but they're not performing, I know. I've been around. I've been there. I've been
The ring doesn't lie.
myself
Yes, you always say
with my
that.
fathers, and it's like, dude, don't lie to me. Don't make me waste my time.
Yes.
Okay, I mean, I would still train you. I'm just not gonna,
You're not gonna invest the time that you would put it in
well,
other fighters.
I'm not gonna sign you up for a fight
Yes.
that I don't think you're gonna win.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sign you up for a fight that I think you're gonna win, but I gotta trust that you are doing your part and making your sacrifices. That's why there's talented people that I mean, they can be training for 3, 4, 5, 6 months and no fight, and that's not everybody has to fight too. I mean, you know, everybody has different goals and different, you know. Okay, yeah, you want to fight, but you also want to hang out with girls, and you want to go party, and you want to do this, and you want to do that. That's fine. That's your choice. But
At the end of the
not for
day,
me.
you have to pick what you want your life to be, and then every decision you make and
It's
every
gonna
thought
shape-
that you have,
shape
it has to be in line with it, or you won't get it. If you want to be a fighter, if you want to win, if you want to knock people out, you can't just like exist like everybody else and think that it comes. It doesn't just happen. Like, for example, what I want is like one punch knockout power in either hand at any moment. I want to be able to snap and they blink for 1 second and they're asleep, right? So it doesn't just happen. Like I didn't just wake up one day and like touch some weights and now I feel a little stronger and now people get knocked out. Like from morning to night,
Yeah.
every decision I make with my diet, with my running, with my training, when I'm like studying all the power punchers, when I'm like studying the way that their body moves when they throw the punch, when I go to the gym and I do specific training to make my hips move a little better so my hip and my body can move through the form and do it how I want to do it so my body can generate that power. Like when I study every detail, it goes into it.
Yes.
And it's an endless journey because you're never there. So that you never get there. Every day you wake up, you have to do these things daily to get what you want. And if not, like life is brutal. Boxing mirrors life. You always say this. It's brutal. It will mirror it. When you go in the ring and you don't get that knockout, when you don't get what you want, it's showing you something in your habits, your thoughts and your actions, something is not in line with what you claim you want. And if you actually want it, you will do what it takes. You will eliminate what you
Sacrifice.
shouldn't do, and you will do what you should do. Regardless how you feel, you'll do it. And when these things are lined up, it's just like nature, it's the universe. When they're lined up, you'll get it.
And
You will get it.
remember, we're humans,
Yes.
and injuries happen. Financial hardship can happen.
Mhm.
Family stuff happens. All this stuff happens. You still have to stay on track, you know. And basically, this would not be possible if the person, you know, the person we're talking about, the fighter in this
Yes.
case, you, guys are not dedicated, are not focused, are not doing your part of the job. If I'm not doing my part of the job, if your partners, I mean, plus I have it's a little commercial here, but I gotta thank some people that have been supporting us since the beginning. I gotta thank especially Kane Dolaba because he's been supporting us. Greg Swartz, real estate guy who has been supporting us. And then also a lot of other people, but I wanted to point those two guys, and then Danny McGeady, who, you know, he's been supporting us so much.
Shout out
It's
Danny.
crazy.
Yeah.
And of course, there's other people like Doobie, Bada,
Coach Jose.
I mean, Coach Jose, I mean, a lot of people, you know.
That's
a
I
big-
mean,
big
Julio.
system.
That's what I
A
think that
lot of
Coach Julio.
it's a village.
when you pick
Yeah.
this journey,
Brandon.
you also have to understand that it's going to make all the sacrifices, which is surround yourself by good people,
And
people that are going to help you
Yeah,
get there.
good team.
Because if you start, okay, if you live in an area where like your friends from growing up are pushing you to do bad stuff, that's not going to help you.
and one thing too,
It's okay. We got 3 minutes left.
let me say one thing too.
Say it, bro.
Like
Thank you for waiting.
the way that everything works is like how you were saying about the sacrifice. You could do everything right, and like nature almost seems cruel sometimes because you could do everything right, and if God just decides that like you're gonna get sick on this day, or you're gonna die on this day, or you're gonna lose all your money on this day,
It's meant
this
to
can
be.
happen. It's meant to be. So at the end of the day, you have to go into something like this that is so risky, or there is so much on the line, and you have to know, like how I said, if you line everything up, almost always will you get that result. You have to know with full acceptance, you could do everything right and you could still lose everything.
Yes.
You have to know that. So at the end of the day, speaking of the fact that outcomes are not ours, everything that we don't control is not ours. You have to know that all that you really have is lining those things up to try to get the desired outcome. That outcome is not ours. This life is not ours. Our health is not ours. Our friends and everything we have is not ours. Anything can go.
Yeah.
You
But
have to
what
be-
yours is though is just lining these things up though. These habits that we talk about, these sacrifices,
Line
that's
them up.
all that you ever had. There's nobody that's actually special. There's just people with special habits, and they wake up and they do special things. And
Close us
because of that,
You got to
good things
believe
happen.
first, and then you got to do. If you don't do, nothing's going to happen.
You
That's
have nothing.
Really. That's
Believe
it.
what you do. Always.
right.
And do what you believe.
Yes.
I will.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. This has been super short, but I love it.
Amazing.
This is Mustafa.
This is Jose.
This Murad. This Coach Daniel. This
Shahbaz.
Shahbaz. And this Jrue Louis King. Let's go.
Let's go. Thank you guys.